Senator John Husted joins us now of Ohio. Welcome back, Senator.
Great to be with you.
Senator, I understand the only thing different about today's vote and ending the lockdown is that the Majority Leader Thune is going to put to a vote funding the whole Defense Department for the year. Just isolated the whole Defense Department, R&D, everything on down. Is that true, and would you vote for it?
Well, I'm hopeful that we'll do something like that, because if the Democrats during the Schumer shutdown don't want to run government, then we should just move on without them. And funding our Defense Department is certainly an important priority for us. So I hope it's on the floor, and if it is, I'll vote for it.
All right. Let's also talk about overall. What do people of Ohio tell you about the shutdown?
They're frustrated, particularly, around our military bases and things like that. I mean, look, these are families who may not get paid, and they have young children, they have needs, and they are serving our country. And because Chuck Schumer is playing political games, they're not going to get a paycheck. And I know that frustrates them. It frustrates me. But I also don't hear anybody saying, hey, capitulate either, that we should give in to what Chuck Schumer's unreasonable demands are. I mean, literally, what he wants us to vote on would open the pathway to pay for health care for illegal immigrants. It would say, hey, you don't have to work in return for your health care benefits under Medicaid. All of these things that undermine the American health care system. That's what he wants us to vote on, and we're not going to capitulate to that. He needs to pass his clean CR like he's done 13 times when Joe Biden was president and serve the American people. Chuck Schumer thinks he's winning, but the American people are losing, and ultimately he will pay the price for the frustration that the American public is going to feel in time over this.
So Reuters did a poll and says 67% blame Republicans, 63% blame Democrats. Does it show he's winning?
I will tell you this. I don't know what the polling numbers are. In reality, I think most people don't have a lot of information about the details. But every time I talk to people out there, you ask about what people in Ohio think. I asked a crowd I was with the other night. I said, should we cave into Chuck Schumer's demands, or should we, pass a clean CR and keep working to serve the American people? None of them wanted me to back down on it, and I'm not going to do that. But by the way, I voted 8 times to keep the government open.
Right.
So have my colleagues. So have 3 Democrats have come along with us. Giving in. I'm number 100. I'm like the newest member of the U.S. Senate. And what happens too many times around the legislative process is that we cave in to bad behavior. And once you start rewarding people who act like babies and selfishly, then you're going to encourage that to happen in the long run. And I think we should take a stand on this one and just go about doing the work of serving the American people, and the Democrats will come along when they will.
So Speaker Johnson speaking again today. Here's what Newt Gingrich, who knows a thing or two about shutdowns, recommended. Cut 30.
The number one thing for Republicans to remember is that other than Reagan, who was a former Democrat, and Trump, who's a former Democrat, Republicans generally don't communicate very well. And we have the arguments. I think Mike Johnson's doing a good job. But every Republican should learn the key arguments, repeat them ad nauseum, stop reporters, as the vice president did brilliantly the other day, when they're saying falsehoods, just cut them off and say that's false.
So that's the advice. Is it good advice?
It's very good advice. Yeah. They want to change the subject. We need to focus it on the fact that this is the Schumer shutdown. It is caused by Chuck Schumer not allowing Democrats to vote along with Republicans on this. The Democrats' proposal, 47 votes. We've had 55 votes for the Republican proposal. We just need 5 more Democrats to move on.
Senator, how do you feel about your prospective race against Sherrod Brown?
Hey, I'm an Ohio guy. He's a D.C. guy. He was elected 50 years ago, spent 32 years in Washington. He is just too liberal for Ohio, supporting transgender surgeries for minors, supporting boys playing girls sports, allowing open borders, all of those things that Ohioans literally just rejected him on. Last November, when he lost to Bernie Moreno, 8 months later, he wants to come back. I'm confident that we'll win, but it'll be a hard fight because You know how the Democrats campaign. They've campaigned tough. They campaign, with a lot more money. I mean, he spent $300 million in the last election cycle and lost, and they will flood the airwaves with lies, but honesty and hard work will prevail, and we will win, but it will be a tough battle.
So yesterday, Instagram announced there'll be 13-year-old restrictions on Instagram. So Meta, Instagram, and I guess Facebook too, but most younger people use Instagram. You have a bill to protect children from AI companion chatbots and sexual content. What is this bill, and how is it going to be implemented?
Yeah, well, it's really parental consent for anybody that's underage. We want in the digital world the same thing that we want in the physical world. You can't have adult content. We also want to protect, when you know that it's a minor, from any contemplation of suicidal ideation and all of those kinds of things. This is the next generation. Look, we've seen the results of social media, how this harmed children greatly. Now we have these chatbots that children are interacting with, that are engaging with adult content and things that are not appropriate for children. All we're saying is that this is no crackdown on freedom of speech. It just says you got to let mom and dad have parental consent. But then when you know it's somebody under 18, that you can't get them information that they're not supposed to have, that you regulate the chatbots to do that. These tech companies, they're so talented in the algorithms that they use for these things. They can easily design chatbots that do this, and we got to protect our kids. We didn't do it with social media. We've got to do it with AI.
Well, yeah. How would it be implemented? You got to get buy-in from all the AI companies?
Well, no, we're just going to set a requirement that they have to do parental consent for children, and then that when they know, and they can easily know these things when they know that somebody's signed up who's under 18 because the parent, gave them permission, they did this, then they can make sure that the chatbot is programmed not to have inappropriate conversations with those children in terms of adult content, suicidal ideation, those kinds of things. And this is important that we do this because if we knew what social media was going to do to kids in the smartphone era, we would have done this on social media, but now chatbots can be even more powerful tools at becoming friends and collaborators with children, and we don't want to send our children down the wrong path.
Hear you. Good job. I can't see much resistance to this. Hopefully you'll get some bipartisan buy-in. Is there?
I think there is. Yeah, we just had a hearing in the Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee last week, and this issue came up on a bipartisan basis. And I have been reaching out to many of my Democrat colleagues because, look, we all care about our kids. We all don't. We love technology, but we don't want technology to take over our children. We want parents to parent our children, not AI companies or chatbots.
I can agree with that, and maybe even get a co-sponsor out of it outside Fetterman. Senator John Husted, thanks so much.
It's great to be with you.
You got it.